Hello, valued viewers. I hope you're all doing very well. Yesterday, I was talking to my friend CH about what could possibly be wrong with my car engine, and I think we cracked it. But then he said, oh, by the way, I've made 4 new lovely units for DCS. Would you like to come and simulate with me? And I said, yes. Hello, CH.
Hello.
First, we're going to have a look at the details, then we're going to do some shooty, and then, viewers, a little birdie told me that you, the viewers, might like a little bit of boom boom. First, details. T-14, is this new Russian tank? It looks very space age.
Well, it's a bit of a vaporware at the moment. You have seen it in the parades and so, but it hasn't been seen in action yet. But I thought it was time to make it. A lot of people have asked for it, and I went with the publicly available source as always. And yeah, you know how it can be with these kind of things, a little bit exaggerated. But I mean, I thought I'd make it for fun.
A 2A82-1M 125mm main cannon, sounds kind of normal. A 9M 119M reflex anti-tank guided missile, sounds normal. PKT 7.62mm coax machine gun, normal. Accord 12.7mm. What's RWS?
A remote weapon system.
Smoke grenades, day and night sights, target engagement while moving. Ooh, a Afghanit active protection system. I'll come back to that. Speed forward, 49 miles an hour. That's good. And speed reverse, 49 miles an hour. Is that a typo?
No, they are saying they have actually solved the issue with all the old ones they had, with extreme slow reverse. That's what they're saying, but that's one of the things, as I mentioned.
Okay, weapons or ammunition, weapons, PKT 7.62, 1,300 yards. You can change it to yards. Cord, 12.7mm, 2,000 yards. APFSDS, Sabo, 4.4 thousand yards. High explosive, wowee, 8.8 thousand yards. And that's because they lob those, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But the APFSDS there is the new vacuum. It's what they are calling it. It's their latest version. They have been using an older version before, so it's a better range and it's a really long dart. So that's why they need the new one, this 2A82-1M cannon. So this is not the old cannon. It's still 125mm, but it has a longer autoloader, so it can take these longer ones.
9M119 reflex ATGM with 5.5 thousand kilometers. So, 2 things I picked up. First, talk about this cannon and this round. Why is it a vacuum? What's so special about it?
Oh, it's just what it's called, but it's a new developed rounds. As I mentioned, it's a much longer dart inside it, the Sabo, so it can penetrate, I think they mentioned, up to 1 meter armor or something like that. It's a much faster round also. I think they also have developed a larger gun. I don't recall at the moment how many mil it is, but they have a larger one which hasn't been tested and deployed on this one yet. But they were actually looking for, just like the Western tanks, where they are looking for the larger calibers also. But at the moment, they are using this modernized 125. And also when it comes to the ATGM, the reflex, you might know this one. It's the one we have in the T-90Ms, for example. But they are actually developing a new ATGM also, which has much longer range than this one. So that's I might equip it with that in the future. But as you know, it's hard to use this because as we have talked about before, where do you found like 15 kilometers of completely flat terrain without any trees or anything?
Yeah, that's one thing I've learned. These ranges are just pointless because even on a flat area, even in bloody Holland, you never actually find these. I suppose that's why high ground is so important. Are these barreled launched ATGMs?
Yeah, exactly. They really like the gun launched ATGMs.
Let's talk about the active protection system. You've made modern versions of the Abrams tank, America, Challenger 3, Britain, a couple of others that I've forgotten now, and you've modelled on them active protection systems where they scan for incoming RPGs and missiles and stuff, and then shoot them down with their own kind of super fast tiny missiles. Is that what's happening here?
Yeah, exactly. When we look a little closer than on the actual vehicle, you can see where it's actually deployed. Around the turret, just below the waist of the turret, you can see in the front, if you go down a little bit, round things, exactly, on each side. That is one of the systems, and also the two ears on the top you can see, and these will go around, also part of it. And just on top of that one, you can see exactly that. That is VLS launched missiles to take out incoming threats.
Wow.
It's very small missiles. It's more, but you understand the concept
You
here.
know what
They are actually saying that they actually can take out incoming sabers. But yeah, exactly. I can't simulate that, but that's what they are
I don't
saying.
know about that, CH. They move
Yeah.
pretty fast, those
Yeah.
Sabos. You know what these tanks are turning into? They're turning into little, like, destroyers and cruisers with VLS sets in them and stuff. Man, they're going to get expensive. All right.
Yeah.
I would love to see a battle happen with these modern tanks now and see whether these defensive systems actually do what they're supposed to. Next, from China, HQ-22. Now, China historically use a lot of Russian stuff, but they also have their own indigenous built aircraft and SAMs. Is this indigenous?
It's always hard to know, but I think part of it are from the S300, if I'm not mistaken. I think part of it in some iteration, but it's more or less an indigenous system. It is a pretty new one. I think it's in service since 2017. That's also why you can see the range is somewhat overlapping, like the HQ-9, which is an older system, because this is their version of this stuff. 90 miles exactly. So it's mid to long range.
Is this the longest range indigenous set?
Depending what you call it. I mean, the HQ-9, the latest versions of their missiles are very much their own, and they are actually active radar homing missiles and very long range. And these are not anymore based on the Russian stuff.
Okay.
So
details: H200 search and track radar, JSG100 search radar, a TEL which has 4 tubes, and the medium range SAM. The search radar, 130 nautical miles. The search track radar, 110 nautical miles. And the missiles themselves, 90 nautical miles. What kind of guidance are those missiles?
These are semi-active and radio command guidance. TVM and then semi-active radar for the final approach. I forgot to mention, actually, when I talked about it, if you look at the radar and the launcher, doesn't it very much look like the Patriot? This is has been called the Chinese version of the Patriot.
These are quite big missiles, I guess. Out of interest, do we know a warhead size?
400 pounds.
I guess the accuracy is not
it's
amazingly
like
good.
Yeah, exactly. It's I think it's like 3,000 pounds for a missile.
Next, America. We're being absolute equal opportunities. So I assume it's America. This is a LAV. LAVs are a series of modern American wheeled units. Have I got that right?
Well, modern is it's a bit relative. I think these came in service in the early 80s.
Really?
I mean, these are more or less the early version of what the new now has the Striker for, the Striker series. You have a lot of different versions of this one, which is getting replaced now. So, but you are correct. The LAV-25. You have the mortar version, you have the anti-tank version, you have this, which is the air defense version, and you have more or less all these versions, but with a Striker chassis now instead of this 8-wheeled vehicle.
GAU 12U25. That's interesting, Mill Gatling gun. I think that's similar to the one on the bottom of the Harrier. The equalizer.
It's exactly the same.
Right.
Yep.
I would have assumed it would be a Vulcan. I wonder why they chose this cannon. Burst fire, 1,800 rounds per minute, armor piercing and HE. Are they mixed in the belt?
Yep.
FIM-92E short-range surface-to-air missiles, so Stinger, target engagement 1, moving max 62 miles per hour, range 2.2 thousand yards for the GAU, 4.3 nautical miles for the FIM. Why don't we just take, as this kind of a nerdy video, let's have a quick talk about the FIM. I did I don't know if you saw it, a video on Stinger missiles the other day. I don't know much about them, but presumably they've been improved over the years. E model, what time period is that from? And any interesting anecdotes about the different models of Stinger available? Are they all heat-seeking, for instance?
Yeah, they are heat seekers. Yeah, exactly. It's only the latest version. As you mentioned, you have the first. It was the A version. That's a very long time ago, and now you have up to the K versions. There are a lot of versions in between. The one in game that you used was the C version. I think it came out in the early 90s. This is a couple of years later. I think the mid or late CV-90s. It has been improved, so it's more countermeasure resistant. You know how bad the C version can be. It goes for everything that's hotter than a match, more or less. And it's better for targeting drones, cruise missiles, and smaller stuff. They made some changes to the Seeker. But then even newer versions also have data link and all that kind of stuff.
Wow.
You can fire it first, and then it has the same secret as the AIM-9X, so it's very resistant to countermeasures. But I didn't want to go with the newest version since this is a pretty old vehicle. When I make the Striker, I'm sure that it will be the latest versions.
The older versions from the 90s, I remember, were contact fuses, which made them not useless, but not as good as having a proximity fuse. Is this a proxy or is this a contact fuse?
It's also contact. That's also good that you mentioned it. It's just the latest version that actually has the proximity fuse warhead. It's like the J version, so it's almost one of the newest versions.
Oh, and one thing I see a prop at the back. Does that mean we're amphib?
Yeah, exactly. It will go extremely slow in water.
And finally, your hometown, CH. We have Swedish vehicle, CV. They have such weird names. CV-9050 infantry fighting vehicle. Is this a new thing? Is it an old thing? Before I kick off,
it's a very new thing, and I actually used, since this isn't adopted in Sweden, I actually used the marketing name, which should fit you better. CV stands for combat vehicle, so it's pretty easy. And it's the combat vehicle 90, and 50 is for the 50 mil gun.
So a BM3 50 mil autocannon. Wow, that's a big.
It's a Bushmaster 3, yeah.
What an autocannon that is. You do have some good guns. You do use some good guns. Spike LR2 ATGM, 2 of them. Sabo Tracer 50 mil shell. ABM, never heard of it.
Airburst munitions.
Airburst, how interesting. What would one use that for?
For drones or other stuff where you don't really want to hit. That's why we see a lot of more of these 35, 40 and 50 mils instead of the Gatling guns. You don't need as much ammunition, but they will create a fragmentation cloud.
High explosive tracer, a 7.62 coax machine gun, and all the usual stuff. Max speed tracked 44 miles an hour. Ranges, the missile 6,000 yards, the gun about 3,000 yards, and the machine gun 1,300 yards. Anything interesting about the missile or anything else about the vehicle?
What made me make it was that I really wanted, this is based on the Mark IV chassis, the chassis of the CV-90. I really want to make that because it has the integrated ATGMs and the developed 50 mil. It's actually the 35 millimeter Bushmaster that can be converted to 50 millimeters. And it's a pretty cool caliber for having in one of these. You can take out pretty large adversaries with this gun.
Right, next we're going to look at them in 3D. First, the Swedish unit. As you can see, it's all the usual lovely gubbins from CH with really nice textures and high polygons and all that cool stuff. Look. Wow, look at that. Because the detail is so high, CH, if I use like 10 of these, would it just like completely break down, or has it got a kind of level of detail that...
For some people it will probably be an issue. I know with your computer it will be pretty okay.
Roger. Ah, now here's interesting. These little missiles pop up.
Yep.
Wow, there's a lot of stuff there. So which is which? Which is the optical system for what?
You have the gunner sight to the left there, and you have the commander's middle.
Roger. Anything else you want to point out? Oh, yes, an IFB, of course, so you get the guys in the back there. Or the gals in the back there. Lab, which I've just found out is from the 1980s. So it's me massively out of date, as usual. Nice exhaust system. Would you say that people are... Oh, well, I was about to say that more modern units are going to wheeled instead of tracked, but then there's the Swedish with the tracked vehicle. I guess it depends on what terrain you're going to be operating in and stuff like that.
They really have their separate uses. So we see a lot of modern in the both areas right now getting released. So yeah, they both have their uses.
You've got 2 windows here. Why 2 guys? One for the missile, one for the gun?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Some reason. I don't know, but that gun looks exquisitely...
Or a very wide dude.
Oh, a very wide dude, yeah. And this is this classified as an IFV as well because you can have guys in it, or is it purely air defense? Or
Yeah, exactly. Since the vehicle itself is made for that, and it's been retrofitted for the air defense, so you could probably have guys there, but I think they would probably have ammunition and other stuff, I would guess.
Okay, let's have a look at this T-14. I think it looks really blocky, like a 1980s car. Why is it so blocky? Is that the modular armor?
Yeah, but I mean, it's very modern. I mean, check out the Musk's Cybertruck.
Oh, look how wide it is. That's a really wide tank. I should have put something else on to compare it to, but that's a really wide tank.
Yeah, exactly. It's very interesting concept for a very modern tank. It's and you see all the crevices where a round can get in. It's a pretty
Isn't that
strange.
stupid?
It doesn't feel very very smart.
The whole idea is you have one...
I'm no expert on the ballistics, but it tends to be more streamlined. The turrets.
Well, the best defense is sloping. Have sloping and have no, bits and crevices in it, and it's weird, isn't it? But all right.
Yeah.
So this is part of the defense system, the active defense system. This is part of the active defense system.
Yeah.
And where's the VLS? Is it hidden?
On the other side of the gun, you can look.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly there.
Very good. And a little remote operated gun there. All right. There's lots of little bits. So these.
Yeah, a lot of cameras they have. It's this is an unmanned turret, so they have all the cameras everywhere because there's no guys in the turret.
That's not normal, is it?
No, but that's one of the modern things. It's more and more are looking into that kind of solution if you look at the modern tanks. So yeah.
Roger. Chinese Sam in the typical Chinese digital camo. They've all got the same digital camo, haven't they?
Yeah, it's
Everything
because
Chinese.
I have chosen it. I think it looks very green and forestry and happy.
Yeah, but even when I see them just, on just Wiki or whatever, they've always got this digital camo. All right, can't do much of that. Right, viewers, next, obviously you want me to shoot some stuff, so I'm going to jump in this guy here. All right, stability on, obviously. You can move them and, do a usual combined arms stuff. We can go in the turret or we can go out here and fire. Right, ammo type is at the bottom. We've got 50mm AF Sabo, basically. Obviously it's going to take out that. Is it going to take out that? Let's try. And pang. I've got my track IR still turned on. And so I shot that by accident. Let me turn track IR off. Right, let's try again.
You can use L to laser target. Yeah.
Don't need it. I've got that sweet super cap aim. Shot, and how is it going to do to a tank? Not a lot.
On the
right.
side, if you continue firing on the side, it will definitely go. If it's a modern.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Damage is coming in. Look at that.
Yeah.
Well done. Yes, I specifically chose a modern tank for you to shoot at. Oh, there we go. Very good. Right, I am going to choose the next ammo. ABM Airburst. Is this actually going to do anything in DCS related to Airburst?
Yeah, I modeled it as much as I could. So if you fire it in the air, it will actually create a burst cloud and a larger explosion. I tried to model it as best as I could.
High explosive tracer. Are these lower velocity than the thing Sabo, I'm guessing?
A lot of much lower. Yes.
I've got the Spike 2. What kind of guidance is this, CH? I've forgotten already.
It's laser or a command guidance. So exactly. You need to. It's.
Alright,
if you select it, if you select the target, you can just fire it, and then you don't need to steer it to it.
I'll try it here. I may be too close for you, but I'm going to give it a go. So, you happy with that?
Yeah, you might be too close now.
Yeah, I'll try it. I'll try it. Yeah,
because it will top attack, so you need some distance. It's not made for.
Yeah, we discovered this last time, viewers, and this type of missile just doesn't work this close. Yeah, it's gonna. No, maybe.
Yeah.
Boom!
Great.
Well done. So that's like a kind of hellfire type thing where it drops down on top and.
Yeah.
Oh man, I've got a question about that, about how that takes out armor, but maybe today's not the day. If you like that, viewers, you're gonna love this. We now have the freaking equalizer. I can't zoom in, but watch this. No, that's not good enough. Sounds have got to go back up. You're a bit quiet today, CH, so I've had to turn my sounds down, but I am going to turn that right back up for this one. Watch this.
The Gatlings are the best.
Yes, they are. Wow, I just chewed up IFB.
Yeah.
Very good fun. Right, let's have a missile, shall we? Oh, I won't be able to fire it because it's heat-seeking. Damn. But if there was a heat source, I'll show you later. Views. I would shoot those missiles. And finally, the T-14. Sabo. Let's just go for the Big Bertha. Head on a modern Leopard. Oh, oh, well, you did say it was high velocity vacuum, didn't you?
Yeah.
All right, let's go for the high explosive. Smash. All right, let's go for is this Saklos? I've forgotten what the missile was.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so I can guide it myself, the viewers. Go there. And is that my lot? Machine gun.
Yeah, and if you press Q, you will go to the other station.
Ah, yeah. This is the
RWS.
Yeah. RWS. Yeah. Is this for anti-air?
Exactly.
Now we're going to do 4 small battles that I've pre-prepared to see if they actually do a thing. First battle, starting just out of range of both cannons, we have 10 T-14s versus 10 Leopards. Prediction?
Should be pretty comparable. I mean, it's the 6M version, so they have pretty much the same ranges. This one will have a little better ammunition.
Let's do a thing. Oh, sweet. They immediately ignored everything I told them to do. Right. I'll figure it out. Yep, I'll figure it out.
The Leopards don't have any ATGMs. That's
and that is such a major factor we found in these battles, isn't it?
Exactly. And depending on how flat the terrain is, of course. And you have to stop to fire the ATGM. So if the other guy is in range, he will take you out when you stop to fire the ATGMs, because you have to track it all the way. You have to stand still for a very long time. They are not very fast, these ATGMs. I
found the flattest bit of Egypt I could, CH, and it's still not very flat. So we're just going to speed forward until they see each other. You watch them not fight now.
Everyone is blind.
Oh, look at that! They're slowing down. They're slowing down. They're going to use their ATGM. Enjoy, viewers. Leopard down. And a building in the background down. That's a ricochet.
It's a flying in the air.
3 Leopards down. Let's have a look at the T-14s. Oh, not a single T-14 down. That's going to hot the comments section up. Is the active protection system modelled at all? I've got
but it doesn't really show it because I can't model it for the Sabres incoming, because they can't be recognized in game. So I can only do it for incoming ATGMs or missiles like
Roger, and they're going to be using Sabres, so so it's I gotcha. I'm still not convinced you can shoot a Sabre. That sounds sci-fi. Yeah. That's very Elon Musk. Oh, we're just going to have a party. They're not firing.
Yeah.
Oh, instead they weren't firing, CH.
It looked like they
took one down.
Minefield. Yes.
They took one down. Wow, now that, viewers, is an unequal... And Leopards are good. They're damn good tanks. Wow, this thing absolutely wrecked them. So, CH, the next one is, we've got our air defense. We've got 8 ready, set up and ready to fire, red alert. These dudes, the VAL-ADs. 20 miles away, coming in hot, are our classic enemy, the B-1 Lancers. Oh no, I've gone for backfires. Backfires with a load of bombs coming in supersonic. There are, I think that's 10 of them. Going to try and bomb the runway at low level. Do you think they're going to be able to shoot them down? I get the feeling, I don't know.
I'm not convinced, because they are better at slow moving targets. But we never know. But it will be cool to see how they do.
I'm also not convinced.
And this is so non-scripted that you didn't even yourself know what you did.
Yep, I literally made it just before I had to put the baby to bed, and that was a really hard bedtime. CH, I can tell you that now. Oh, sweet, the shading's not working. Let me just...
If you zoom out and zoom in, exactly.
Oh, have you got that too?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, it drives me crazy.
Do you realise how much hard that makes my job, CH? Every time, it's almost impossible to make videos at the moment. If anyone's watching, which they won't be, if they are, please fix that shit. That S, sorry. Right, here they come, viewers. They're coming very fast. Like CH said, they're not really designed for taking out supersonic Soviet bombers. But that's why we like using it. So let's see what happens. Come on, Vims. They're going to drop their bombs before they're even in fin range, I reckon. This was badly planned. This is a badly planned operation. No, flares! I was wrong!
Let's see how they do.
Look, they're getting taken by the flares, just like you said, CH. Oh. I don't know.
As I mentioned, these are the somewhat better ones, so they should be better at... Somebody will go for the flares.
There's a lot of flares though, isn't it? There's a lot of flares.
Yeah, but there are also a lot of missiles because they have 8 of them each.
Yeah.
I mean, as opposed to the man pads when you have to reload all the time.
Jesus Christ. I think they failed, CH. They are not the right unit for this.
No, they are really not.
You need Panzer for this.
Yeah, exactly. These are, I mean, the V-Shorats made for the eventual straggler. The other longer range or medium range system can't take care of.
Roger. Well, I successfully abused it if it helps.
I didn't expect anything else.
Roger, we got one, so that makes us kind of feel a bit better, but we lost our runway. Next battle, viewers! Right, the Swedish IFE. Now, I couldn't work out what would be a suitable adversary. The best one I could find was like a high-caliber BMP, this thing, which I'm guessing is fairly old. Otherwise, the same as normal. Predictions, please.
I think if they use ATGMs, they will have a stand a good chance. And they will only need like one hit with their 50 mil to go through the...
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Frontal, so yeah.
I think these have ATGMs as well. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, they have the GL ATGMs, the gun-launched ones.
This could be... Right, I'm just going to... One thing it shows again, viewers, is even a really, really, really flat bit of the desert is not flat enough for tanks to see each other at kilometres range. There's the tiniest deviation in elevation.
That's, for example, the latest version of CV-90 will have an built-in, like a launcher there, but for a drone, so they can see.
Oh, nice. Yeah, right. That's half the friggin' battle. Yeah, here we go, here we go. Here we go. That means they're going to use their missiles.
Yeah.
Look at that, Booingtons. I can't see them. Where are the missiles? There they are. Oh, that is going to make short work of the Russians. Oh dear. They all go for one, let me guess. No? Oh my goodness. They've put their own AGGMs back out. Oh my god, what a war! Jesus, that's their own AGM. They're missing. They're falling slightly shy. Is that because the guidance?
Because when they're hit, you can see their targeting will go haywire when they're hit.
Wow, that was beautifufully modelled, CH. From Core Game and yours. That was so good. Yeah, because by the time they're older, slower, missiles got here, their guidance system are gone, and so they went dumb, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, going by one of these guys. The last one, CH, you've got the HQ-22 here in a massive battery, because it's Grim Reapers at the end of the day. Starting just out of its firing range at 100 and something miles is a massive bunch of... Are these B1s? Yes, this time they're B1s. 40 of them. They're just going to charge in, and if that doesn't work, I'm going in solo in an F-16. I don't know why I'm asking for predictions, but predictions, how are the 40 B1s going to fare? I don't know if it's got enough missiles or not, because I couldn't be bothered to check.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, because these are semi-active, so they need to have available channels to target them all.
Ooh, that's interesting. Right, yeah. Maybe a bit jerky, viewers. Obviously, I've kind of overdone it a bit, as you probably guessed. Oh, here we go. Look, trap radars erecting itself. Giggity. Tails fully erect. Ready. Oh, look, you've even got a little ladder just to help them get onto the little doodah.
Yeah, exactly.
Just needs a man scuttling up the ladder. Oh, and another ladder. No guardrails, so they might fall off.
Yeah.
Help them safely.
I went all in with the ladders.
Didn't you? It's a lot. Right, there we go. This is going to be fun.
Yeah.
Right, how many channels do we have? We're about to find out, Boomingtons. Prediction, how high do you think they're going to loft?
They would probably have more certain track radars with these kind of large
I would
batteries.
imagine you're probably right. Right, off we go. They've got a long, long way to go, guys. Here's a really interesting thing. I was looking about the S-400. You know the S-400's got that long-range missile that goes frigging miles, like 400 kilometers. You know, the one they never actually built any of. That goes 400 kilometers, apparently, but it only goes Mark 4. That must take like 20 minutes to get to its target. By which time the target must have turned around, surely.
Yeah.
When you're dealing with those ranges, it's
That's why we can see in your fights when humans are playing how much harder it is to hit someone, because when someone is actually thinking, they have a lot of time.
It's a problem with long-range missiles in-game in real life. They're, generally speaking, they only go really Mark 4 because it's just the most efficient way to drive a missile. But over 100 miles, that's several minutes, by which time your human is gone. AI, not so much. Human, yes.
But don't forget, these are TVMs, so you won't get a signal for they've been fired. You will be pinged by the radar, but you won't know when they have been fired on it.
We fought one of your ones the other day. It was a massive pain in the butt. Hate it.
That was cool.
This is jolly satisfying.
Yeah.
They're just very committed to the cause. And then they know they've been fired on now, CH, because their bodies have been blown up. They're just very committed.
Yeah, it's like the World War II bomber raids.
And they'll just carry on regardless.
Yeah.
You know what, I think that's more B1s than America actually has, but it doesn't matter. It's not a militant operation. Oh, the shaders! No, they're good. They are just dropping down at like giant scuttlings.
Yeah, I think
well, you've outdone yourself here, CH. Look at that. That's it. Wings gone.
Yeah. Everyone. Yeah.
Right.
That's impressive.
Jeez, look at all those airmen.
You did give him enough missiles.
It appears I did. Right. That's how you take out 40 guys really easily. That's quite a scary, Sam. Right, viewers, going to do one more thing. I'm going to try and beat it. Mano a mano. Let me just delete all these douchebags.
You should really be able to do this because, you know, these kind of missiles, when they lose track, they will self-destruct. I mean, as opposed to a lot of other SAM sites I have created that have the active ones where you can't really shake.
CH, you're just putting extra pressure on me now. Is that what you wanted? Right. Watch this viewing to Wilmingtons. I'm starting 30 miles out in an F-16 with a frigging Gatling gun. Go! Supercap, too sparse. Alright, air-to-ground gun. Oh, God. Oh, too many planes. I did it. Right. Humans. So, I'll know it when the radar locks me, when the track radar locks me, but because it is a TVM, a track via missile, which CH can explain if you can be bothered, it means that I won't know when they're fired at me. It's incredibly dangerous. But what I've always said, CH, with TVM, if they're tracking you, you've probably been fired on. So you kind of do know as well.
Exactly. That's what I meant with the difference between AI and human.
Yeah.
Human, I mean, he just pretends he doesn't know. I mean, he doesn't make any extrapolation at all, which you actually can, I hope.
I can extrapolate the hell out of things. Right. Oh my God, wires! I extrapolated my face over those wires here. Right, that over there is the steer point. Okay, so all I'm doing now, viewers, is going low. Obviously, I don't want to get shot. So, and I don't know when he's fired at me, really. So, actually, that feels a bit like cheating. I'm going to go high. Right, are they smoked motors?
Yeah, they are.
Alright, I'll see it. Oh, they're not going to fire.
How far away are you?
You know when I said they're not going to fire? I lied. Oh, I don't like not knowing when it's the wires. So many wires in this part of Egypt.
And the issue with TVM is it's not accurate enough for the final part. That's why they switch over to semi-active or active radar seekers. Of course, TVM will be too slow to give it command guidance at the final part.
Yep, these different types, all these different methods of guiding missiles, viewers, they have pluses and minuses, including cost.
Yeah, and most systems have several, as I mentioned.
Right, that's the best way of doing it. Like S-400, like 5 different types of missiles with different seeker heads, different guidance philosophies. You know when you're getting old, when you can't even remember where the friggin' SAM site is. There it is. Humans, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. No, I'm not. No! Yeah! Supercap! Go!
Yeah, that's what's great, yeah. When you beat these missiles, you can actually see it.
Barrel roll and freedom. I'm gonna get you, you Chinese SOB. I got it. I'm within arm in now, viewers. They all have minimum ranges, these type of sounds. In real life, yes, obviously you would have Shorad defending it. No, I'm not going to put Shorad in because I want to win. Yay! I'm going to take it with my machete. Right, CH, that was jolly good fun as ever. I've got nothing to add. Have you?
Nope.
Bye-bye.